conferences, won national titles, and no matter what happens, they find their way back to each other. And when these two meet, the whole nation pays attention. He'll return it. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They've got the big fellas out there. A three tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll try it over the left side. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets two. He's down at the 21. Winner of this game dons the golden hat, but you know, Jesse, only David could wear the golden hat among the three of us because there's no way either of us should put a hat on the kind of heads of hair we have.
Well, I've also understood that the hat's like a triple XL, and we know David's got a big dome, and that's probably the only reason why he would wear it. But I'll tell you what, these players, they think about trying that old sucker on after this game all year long, David.
Yeah, and trophies. Turning it on! The 40! The 20! Touchdown, Longhorn! Great job by the back on the option.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He goes out of bounds on that return right at the 20-yard line. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Pulls it in. It's carry-on. At the 45 on its way. It's a seam wide open. Inside the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Sooner.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And he's going to bring this one out. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Throws to the wideout. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Hand off from the shotgun. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Longhorns want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
To the air on second down. Immediately fires to the middle. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Man, I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Power football with the run. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. From the gun, the running back has it. Sweet cut there. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Dropping back, it's Cook. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Going the other way, and he's got room. The 20. Touchdown, Texas! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a scoop.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. And he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Leaves it with the back. Nice move there. There he goes. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Longhorn! The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game, if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to fire. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown Sooners.
How oftentimes can you say that there's a safety who's the most dangerous guy on the field with the ball in his hands? Did you see that guy and his ability in the open field once he picked it off? There was nobody on offense even coming close to getting that guy down. What an athlete.
And they tacked on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To the air on first down. Lobs it off the back foot. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down and a strong throw. Put it right on the money. Touchdown, Texas! He got loose and it was lights out after that.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking for space. It's Harper.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Sooners can really attack on this second and short. Gives it on the option. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The offense lining up for a first down play. You know, Oklahoma's DNA is being tough. They have a whole drill about being tough named after them, the Oklahoma drill, and they won that one.
And we've seen...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business.
And what a start for this guy. That's now his second interception in the first quarter of this game. He has been an absolute ball hawk in this thing early. And
Beck's going for the goal line. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
you know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, your game is a big one, but so is this battle right now inside the American. Army is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This program has picked itself up off the canvas before, and it's capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to UAB. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the...
Breaks into the open. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. The Sooners headed quickly to the line.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Back to throw, it's Cook. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Continues to fight for yards. He's at the touchdown, Texas! The defense does the work itself with a pick six. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And what a great job by the linebacker that time. He's got his eyes on the quarterback, sitting in zone coverage. QB stared his target down. Not only does he pick it off, but he shows you the athleticism, taking it back all the way for a touchdown.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. One final play before the end of the quarter. The inside handoff. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Might be changing the route. The give, and he's looking for room behind the left tackle. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Pulls it and fires to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Sooners will hustle to the line. They'll run play action. Flushed out of the pocket. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be third down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Gonna look downfield again. Dances away to buy time. Going for 6. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. That was like bouncing off the guardrails and not losing control, off the upright and through. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he's going to bring this one out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out at the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Makes the catch. Push down for the tackle.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
A run for the quarterback. He's out past the 35. Oh, a lot of space. Running inside the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorns!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, it just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. To the air, it's Adkins. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. The play action fake. Under fire. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Sooners send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Flying out to the left. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Texas!
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Sooner offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. The Sooners come to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Quarterback on the move, still looking. He throws back to the left. That could be risky. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by the...
Looking for the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Sooners are on the move.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Looking to throw, it's Adkins. Trying to pull his way in. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now, listen, it's not even halftime yet. So keep fighting, going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. And he's not going to take the touchback. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires on the move. He's got an open man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
The option look. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you, the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
The Longhorns can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Oh, he's got some space. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
Well, short yardage situation, they decide to go with the toss play. And nice job up front, getting a little bit of push. That's all they needed to get that first.
Right back to the well. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Forced out of bounds, good pickup there on the ground.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable third down situations. And we've seen them at any area of the field so far in this one have success in the running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They're going to run it. They make the tackle at the 22. We'll give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be enough for a first down. Caught behind the line. It's Terry. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On target to the left. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They'll go to the air. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Looking for blockers. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
Oklahoma Sooners will take over 1st and 10.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Might be calling a hot route. They'll rely on running behind the big left tackle here. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it away to crank up the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
Shoots it to the left. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Wants to adjust the pattern. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Knocked down after a short gain, but enough to move those chains. The Sooners moving quickly to the line. To throw, it's Adkins. On target over the middle. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. They'll try the run. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. The Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Into the end zone. And it's a touchdown, but hold on just a second. We'll have to see what the flag's about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And the point after is good. So it's an 80-yard drive. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. The pitch to the left. Slithers into space. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Corners are going to bail. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Right on the money. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead. They're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Caught in the backfield, it's Terry. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Texas! And Bevo's really starting to snarl right now, and he'd love to rub the Schooner's face right in it, David.
Yeah, they got it cooking. The Longhorns are looking good. In this rivalry game, you got half the crowd. This burnt orange, Jesse, that is going bananas right now.
Boomer Sooners got the weapons, though, guys, on offense. You've got the horses on the outside to turn this thing into a track meet. I know you're down here, but you can change this game. It just takes one play.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll toss it to the left. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They give him some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success on that play. Really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They'll leave it with him. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8. And the Sooners racing to the line in the hurry up. Off the play fake. He can't make the grab. It's incomplete, but there is a flag, and I believe this is going to be pass interference. The Sooners have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Marches ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown Sooners!
Defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And he tacks on the extra point. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking for room. It's York. They make the stop inside the 25, working closer to that red zone. A gain of 6. Line of scrimmage will be the 24. The Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Now the play fake. Steps away. He'll try to do it himself. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown Longhorns!
Great decision by the quarterback, and there's a danger on defense. When you play man coverage against this guy, when you've got DBs and their backs are turned to the QB, if you're not careful, he'll just tuck it and run and take off. And by the time all those DBs and defenders had turned around, it was way too late. He was gone.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Fires one high and deep. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which colored jerseys they're wearing? Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Great place to start for this offense. They'll go to the ground. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up one or two.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to compete.
Turning it on. He's at the... And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! That running back just had a caravan of blockers to take him into the end zone.
There's not very many times at home, Reese, where I'm going to say that everybody watching on their couch could have scored on that play. This is one of them.
And he tacked on the extra point. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Solid return, decent field position as he goes out of bounds at the 30. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Looking to pass, it's Cook. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Used the play fake, now to throw. Keeps looking downfield. Lets it fly. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches. But you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
It's pretty clear he didn't care about the double coverage. He thought his guy was better than their 2 guys.
Well, and there's reason to think that. That dude's a stud, and I understand it. I want to find ways to get him the football, but when it's 2-on-1, I might think about looking somewhere else.
He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Off play action. Fires toward the end zone. And that shot downfield falls incomplete, and that's how we'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So the final period starts with a second down play. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run at the 30. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Here comes the Texas offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt.
Just steamrolling the defense. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
I think a big key in this team's success today has been their ability to run the football. They've been able to just hand it off and go churn out yards. They've had this defense on their heels all game long. It's given them a big cushion in this game so far. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They go to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. The Sooners with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Adkins. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
This was my favorite time to be a defensive lineman, man. You get up big, late in the game, you know it's pass. You're just teeing off on the quarterback. The defensive backs, they're bailing, playing those deep passes. It is hard to play offensive football in this situation.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They bring him down right at the 45. Not enough to move the sticks, but maybe close enough to go for it here on 4th.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking for space, it's Mills. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. He'll keep it himself. Powers through the defender. There he goes. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Finds a tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down mark.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the 1st down. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing.
It doesn't matter what run play you have called, if you're running it inside or outside. If the defense gets penetration, everything is done. And you saw it on that play right there. Great job by the dude.
Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Lost one deep down the right side. He's got it on the sideline. Wide open spaces. And he glides into the end zone easily, but this one might be coming back. They had the explosive score, and a it's all for naught as that penalty will take the touchdown off the board. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He's got it on the outside. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Running back searching for a hole. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. To the air, it's Adkins. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. It's been hard enough to slow down these guys on this drive. Now the penalty gives them another 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here's the pressure. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Trying to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Time to take a shot. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's brought down after the pick, and time has expired here in the 4th. It was the Longhorns who will ride off into the sunset with the coveted Golden Hat Trophy after beating their despised rival to the north. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.